Hello. Um, I kind of just wanted to make this video to just talk about life and how I've been feeling lately. I just got off work. I work at McDonald's. Um, but lately I've just been feeling very I'm not going to say depressed, but I would say burnt out just because I feel like every day is the same. Like every day feels like I'm just living the same day every day. Like I get up, I either babysit, I sit there, I do homework, like I read my Bible, and then I just go to work, and it's just like I feel like I'm just existing. You know what I mean? Like I'm just existing, like I'm just here just to be here. I don't feel like I'm actually like I have no purpose. You know what I'm saying? And at least in my physical life, like I feel like I have no purpose on earth. Like I'm just living every day, like just to live. Like I can't tell you what I ate for lunch yesterday. I can't tell you what I did yesterday, because I feel like every day is the same. Um, but I've just been feeling very lonely because I don't have a lot of friends, and it hurts because sometimes I try to talk to some of these people who at work. I try to make them my friends a little bit. And a lot of them just don't really, I don't think they're very fond of me. Um, Church, like the youth group, they don't really talk to me. Um, and it's just like, I feel very just like left out. You know what I mean? Like, I just want someone to like talk to. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like I'm just alone. Like I'm just alone, and I've always been that way. Like it just feels like I'm just here just to be here. You know. Um, and then my brother, like we're supposed to be best friends. Like we're supposed to talk, maybe not every day, but I feel like if you've been through literal hell with someone, I'm not gonna explain it on this video, but I feel like if you've been through literal hell with someone, like you would talk to them frequently. You know what I mean? If you lived with them, you know what I mean? If you guys been through the same struggles, and it's like apparently not, because he's moved out 3 months ago. We've had two phone calls, and I always initiated them. He doesn't even text me, and it's like you have to see where I'm coming from, right? This is someone who you grew up with. This is someone who, when you were down, you went to like motivate you, and like when you were depressed, like he gave you a fighting chance, and it's like he don't even talk. You don't even talk to me no more. Like it's like I have all these friends in my life. Like I could go back from elementary school to now, and it's like I have these people in my life, right? I have these people in my life that I think are really close to me, and they just always end up dipping, and I'm like, why? Like what did I do wrong? Like what is people's problem with me? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, and I ask them, like, what did I do? Like what's wrong? Like what is the issue with me? And they don't know, like, and they just ghost me. It's like I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like how can you call someone your best friend? And I'm not saying we gotta talk every day, you know what I mean? Because I get it. He's trying to have his own life. But it's like you can't call someone your best friend and you don't even talk to them. You don't even check out and see how they're doing. Like, especially if it's your own brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got a lot of friends, bro. He knows that. And it just feels like every day I'm just living the same day. And I'm just living the same day, and I'm slowly going insane. I'm slowly going insane. And I know, like, my life can be a lot worse, but it's just like I'm tired. It's like what did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve to be just like to just not fit in, you know, to not have friends, to just, I don't know. I don't know. And it's like, never invites me to do anything. No. It's like, it's like everybody I get close to, and I said this back in June, everybody I get close to, they always just leave. You know? Like, I feel like, maybe it's just better to be alone, you know? Because it's like, I'm not bad to my friends, I'm not mean to them, but it's like they never talk to me. And I'm like, why? Like, what do I do to be so like, why? Why do I have to be so alone all the time? Why do I have to feel so empty? Why do I have to cry so much? I just feel like I'm here, you know? I'm just here. Like, I'm just alive. And you know, I'm not gonna say I'm depressed, because I feel like a lot of people, they're just like, I'm depressed, and they're just going through a sad phase. I'm gonna say I'm burnt out, you know? And I've been burnt out for a while now, but stuff doesn't make me happy, you know? Like, things don't make me happy. Before I got this, my first job at McDonald's, and you know, before I used to say, oh, if I had money, even though it's not going to be like $1 million, I'll be happy, because I'll be able, if I see a pair of shoes, I could buy them. If I see a food I want, I could go buy it. You know, a pair of clothes, I could go buy it. And it's like, I could do that now, and I'm still not happy, you know? And I do all this stuff in my life to say, hey, maybe I'll be happy. Maybe I'll be happy. And I'm just never happy. And it's like, why? Like, I don't know. And I don't want to come on here and just be all sad and, what was me? But it's like, that's really how I've been feeling lately. Like, I haven't thought positively at all. There's nothing to be positive about. You know, like, in my life, at least personally, mentally, like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with anything, and there's nothing that I can do that'll make me happy, you know? It's just like, I'm here. I'm just here. Like, I'm just alive. I'm just in the same cycle. And when there's a thing, you know, you get it and you're happy. You're like, yeah, new video game, new car, new this, new that, a paycheck, and you get it, and then you have it for a little bit, and then you're just like, okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just feel this way. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't know. But it's like, when I try to think of something, I just try to think of something. You know, anything. It doesn't even, stuff I can't even afford. Go on a trip to freaking overseas or something. I don't even want to do it if I was able. Like, there's what, you know, what am I gonna do there? You know, like, what am I supposed to do? Huh? Like, am I just supposed to be here just to be here? Like, oh, go get this new thing. That's all we're told. You gotta get this. You gotta do that. You gotta do this. Why can't I just enjoy life? Why can't I just enjoy life? Why are there all these things that you just have to earn? Why are there these people, and they just want things from you? And people, they just, I don't understand. I don't understand why I'm here. I'm just here just to be here, you know? Like that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm just alive. I don't know. I don't know. Like, friends? Do I want friends? I don't know. I have friends. I mean, they're not real. I mean, they're my friends, but I'm like a floater friend, it's like I always have to start the conversations, or there's gonna be no conversation. It's like I was talking about with my brother. It's like, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Like, nobody ever just messages me, and it's like, hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, Mike. Nobody gives a hell, and it's like, why? And you got the holidays coming up, and that's just I don't even want to think about that. But I just feel like I'm here. I'm just here. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just very vague in this video. No one understands it. I'm just all over the place. But maybe other people relate to it, where it's like you have friends in your life, and then they just don't talk to you no more. Or you had friends in your school years, or maybe you're still in school, and they don't even like that they don't really care about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember at my job, and obviously it's your job, right? Like, people at your job really don't care about you. I tried to talk to people like a lot. I was very outgoing. Like, I always tried to start conversations with people and stuff like that, and I remember, like, it's a fast food. Sometimes there would be like no people. You know what I'm saying? It would be like nobody, because we're in a small town. It's a small town we're in. Right? It's less than 20,000 people here, but there would be nobody. You know what I'm saying? For minutes, and everybody would just go up there, because I'm at the back of the store. Like, when you hand out the food and you give them the drinks and stuff like that, everybody who was helping me would go up there, and they would all just have conversations. And I'm the one who's always trying to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? And I would just be there by myself. And I'm like, yo, like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time I tried to fit in, I didn't fit in. And when I don't try to fit in, I still don't fit in. It's like I'm just here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the background character. I'm just other people's shadow. I'm just a part of people's book. You know what I'm saying? I'm no one's best friend. I'm no one's favorite uncle. I'm not the favorite brother. They just you know they're stuck with me. It's like now that I think about it, and I've always known this, but it's like my brother, and I don't even care if this sounds like a woe is me, because I'm just rambling. But it's like my brother, right? It's like everybody always liked him. He got all the girls, he had all the friends. Here at my house, people were like Robert and Michael, because my name's Michael, my brother's name is Robert, and his name would always be first. He doesn't even live here, and they call it Robert and Michael's room. You know? It's always Robert and Michael, Robert and Michael. Oh, I want Robert to be here. Robert did this. Robert did that. Nobody gave a shit about Mike. Mike is just there. Mike is just, he's the other half. The shittier half, for being honest. I don't know what to say that's good about myself. But yeah, he had all the girls, he had all the friends, and people would be like, "Oh, you're Robert's brother. You're Robert's brother." No one ever be like, "You're Michael's brother. You're Michael." Hey, Mike. No one ever said that. I don't know. I'm just a lonely. I reminisce about stuff that happened 6 months ago, 10 months ago. Times of the past, I reminisce. And when I think of the future, it's like I'm in a simulation, you know? But I feel like my whole life is just collapsing. It's just collapsing, and I'm not gonna do nothing to myself, or I just wish I wasn't here. Like, that's really, I just wish I wasn't here. And that might sound very far fetched, but it's like I don't want to die, but I don't want to be alive. You know, at this, like, that's really it. I don't want to die, but I don't want to be alive. I just don't want to exist. You know, I just don't want to be remembered. I don't want to remember that I was here. I don't want to suffer. I don't even want to be happy, because I feel like everything that we get, it just passes away anyway. This car that I got, this is a new car. You know, this is a new car. I mean, it's not a new car. It's a 28-year-old car, but I just got it. And I was happy for a little bit. And it's like, now that I got it, it's like I'm not even happy with it. Like, money, I'm not rich. Hell no. But like, before I had a job, I had no money. And when I first got money, I was like, whoa, $100 paycheck? Now it's like, I don't care. Like nothing makes me happy. And I feel like it's the same thing with people who are rich. You know, rich people who kill themselves. Like, I see why. You know, it's like you have everything. You beat the game of life. Like, you can buy whatever you want. You can have sex with whoever you want. You can have all the celebrity friends in the world, all the clout. But it's like you're still not happy. And it's just because, like, nobody, like, at least for me, nobody likes me for who I am. Nobody likes me for who I am. And I remember there was this girl I was talking to at my job. Okay, one thing I learned is never talk to a girl or guy if you're a girl or you're gay, I don't care. But never try to get in a relationship with someone who you work with, because people don't mind their business and the drama will always come out. And they got a double life, you know. Work isn't their only life. But, you know, I liked her because I thought she liked me for who I was, how I am as a person. She was able to just look at me and be like, I like that guy for who he is. He's very honest. He's very, he's very loving. He's very caring and showing. But, you know, she didn't actually like me. You know what I mean? She was talking to 5 other guys, which I later found out. But she didn't actually like me. She didn't care about me. She just used me for just to feel good about herself, which is what a lot of girls and guys do today. They use people just to feel good about themselves. And, you know, I really like that girl. And I know it's not my fault because she was talking to a bunch of different guys. But, you know, it's like, why wasn't I? You know, why didn't I win? You know, why didn't I win? What did I do wrong? And then I found out later, this is the crazy part, she actually had, I mean, all right, I'll tell you. So, this was back in July. This was, you know, she was a work girlfriend. She wasn't my girlfriend. We never dated or nothing like that. We never, you know, we kissed, but we never, you know. You know, I found out, I was always very suspicious of her because she always told like half truths. And, you know, I'm a very lonely guy, you know. I'm just a very lonely guy. I'll just keep it a buck. This whole video is what, 18 minutes right now? I'm a very lonely person. You know what I'm saying? And I overthink a lot of things, which overthinking could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But I feel like when you overthink, I feel like it gives you truth. Now, that truth could be good or bad, but at the same time, truth is truth. You know what I mean? And I was always very suspicious of her because I saw text messages and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, now I'm looking at them like, hey, you're stupid. But, you know what I mean? It's easy when you're in love. You know what I'm saying? In love, I thought I was. In love, you're very blinded by things. And you're not as objective, you know? You're very emotion-based. You're like, oh, this isn't true, right? That's how you think. That's just how love is. Or at least the idea of it. But and it clouds your judgment. But I was just at this point where it was just like fucking up my mental health. It was fucking up my mental health. And I basically downloaded a voice recorder on my phone, You know what I mean? And I was like, fuck it. I don't even give a fuck no more. Because how I feel right now is like, I really like this girl. I don't know if this girl really likes me. Sometimes she shows that she likes me like a lot. Because we've had hours long phone calls and she said a lot of things. And you know what I mean? She was the one who liked me first. That's the crazy part. So it's like, hell nah. You know what I mean? I didn't really know how girls work back then. I feel like a lot of dudes, you know what I mean? You don't really start understanding and really wanting to understand females until they really fuck you over. But you know, I was like, all right. And I downloaded a little voice recorder app and I heard her talking to another guy on the phone. And she was, I didn't really pay attention to a lot of it. But I remember the last thing she said to him was, I love you. And that shit hurt me like a fucking, like a fucking, like a stab to the chest, you know, dagger to the chest. Cause it's like, you know, she told me she loved me only and she wasn't talking to nobody else. And that just hurt me so bad. And I was like, wow, like that's crazy. Like, you know, and I was just very fucked up. And I remember, you know, I mean, this was a guy I considered my friend at the time because he always took me home from work because this was before I actually had a car. You know what I'm saying? So we actually never dated, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have a car, but at the same time, it's like, it don't matter if you're dating someone. If they find you interesting, like, you're going to get some kind of connection regardless. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you grew up a loser. You grew up as the guy who didn't get any girls. You grew up as a guy who sat at lunch by himself like how I did. You know what I mean? So you really don't care about those kind of things. You're just like, I'm glad I can have an emotional connection with somebody. You know, I didn't really figure myself out because I was so used to being alone. I just wanted to feel whole. But, you know, I talked to this guy about it and I was like, damn. And, you know, we went to the gym. That was the crazy part. And he saw how fucked up I was. Like, I wasn't like crying and shit, but I was like, I just looked so fucked up. I was like, you know what I mean? I was just like, I had dead eyes. Like, I was very like just broken. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, you don't really cry in front of people. I don't really cry in front of people. I cry like when I'm in the shower or when it's like late at night or super early in the morning, but I don't cry in front of people. But I was like fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And 2 days later, he's off work. He's off work. Like, he's not scheduled. And he comes in. And I'm like, yo, what's up? What's up? Like, how you doing? He's like, good, good. And he just comes in. And I'll never forget this. This was like July 9th of this year, 2025. And he went in there and then she came out and they both went in the car together. And I was like handing drinks out and I saw it. And one of my work friends there was like, wow, like, do you see what's happened? I was like, whoa. And in my heart, like, I tried to act like I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I never did anything with this girl. We never went anywhere. But it was like, yo, like, that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you really fuck with someone, you're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, if you got a homeboy or homegirl, you know what I mean, and you get with their freaking someone who they were fucking sad over, it's like, that's fucked up. You ain't their fucking friend. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And he fucked her. And the next day, he came and talking about, oh, I fucked her. Oh, I fucked her. And I remember, bro, I was closing. You know what I'm saying? Because I close at McDonald's. Because the McDonald's I work at, it closes at 12. And he was getting all into details. He talked about, oh, we went in my truck and we were kissing and snuggling and we had sex. And he's like, oh, she can't suck dick. And I was like, I was just so fucked up. And I suppressed it all in my fucking heart. And I acted like I didn't give a fuck. You know, I acted like I didn't give a shit. But it was like, damn, like, that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? I would never do that to none of people, like, no one who I fucked with. And even if he didn't consider us friends, I don't know what the fuck he considered me. Definitely wasn't a friend. I considered him a friend, but he didn't consider me a friend, which is cool because that's happened a bunch of times my entire life. It's like, you know what I mean? And I was basically like I'm gonna just suppress it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna suppress it. And I just did forms of meditation and I tried to think positively and I didn't think about it. And I just didn't give a fuck. I still think about that shit every day. Every day, I'll never forget it. But I don't know. It's getting pretty late. I'm gonna turn my car light off. It's been long. It's been a long day. But I'm probably gonna get yelled at because why not? I always get yelled at. I'm always told how stupid I am. So yeah, the car pulled up. I'm not supposed to be driving because I don't actually have my license yet. But I'll see you. That's really it. Yeah.